Oh, I know I'm late. I just finished watching the episode, so let's see who pops in. Why my voice sounds stupid? Um, let's see if I can find the damn things to make it not so dark. There we go. Okay, now it's not so dark. So hello to everyone. I hope everybody was able to catch the episode. I do not like this whole 2 hour thing that they doing and making these episodes be on so late. So we're gonna do a quick little recap of the episode. I can't believe I'm about to live. I love camera channel like sister. From North Macon, Georgia. Thank you, Demetrius Ross or whatever. I can't see the name. So let's see if anybody's still woke, because I mean it's late. Okay, I'm ready to go to bed. So if we don't see no comments, we're gonna delete this live because y'all know I'll be ready to go to bed all the time. Oh my throat. So it was 2 episodes tonight for the No Limit thing and whatnot. And this would not pop up the right way. Okay. So 2 hour thing. What did I learn from the 2 hour thing from tonight? One, I forgot that Snoop did 3 albums. Two, I forgot that everybody left No Limit at one point. And then 3, I forgot that P played sports on 2 different teams in the NBA. So that part was, hey Trey, that part was very enlightening. I think they trying to show that I'm hot. And my fan is turned the other way from over there. Hello. So I think people forgot how much P did outside of music. So I'm thinking that's what this particular episode was, because they were showing everything he was doing besides working with the artist, and kind of made it seem like P was the reason that Don't Let Me kind of fell off a little bit and whatnot. Because when Mia X said, my whole throat hurt. When me and X said, Pete was so busy going other places or whatever and doing the things, they had to wait for him to come back, and they was losing deals or losing this and losing that because the head of the thing was gone. I was just like, I mean, I feel like Pete don't want to admit that, but it was true. That was enlightening. When he lost Beat by the Pound, he made it seem as if they want to be their own boss. I was like, maybe it is one of more, ownership of their things. It was weird. It felt like when other people were saying how they felt, P was saying the opposite. Like, well, no, that ain't what it was. It was this. It was weird tonight. It was 2 hours of just contradictions, in my opinion. It was really, really weird. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's because P just has his own thought about how things happen, and the artists had their own thoughts about stuff that happens. I don't know if Beats by the Pounds is around, if they're alive or not. I would have loved to hear from them versus hearing from everybody else. I don't know if people act these days from No Limit. So that part is weird. Let me see. Oh, shut up. No, I won't lie. So I'm gonna see this here. But again, I don't think nobody woke. So should we end the live? Because I told y'all, if ain't nobody watching, I'm going to bed. I don't want to talk to myself because I'm tired. Not to say, Trey, that you ain't nobody, but I'm like, it saves me when you ain't nobody talking, so I can't talk to myself. You say I'm woke. If people don't start talking, y'all know I'm gonna end it right. Because I don't, it's a live for a reason. I can't talk to myself, y'all. I don't do that unless I'm making a recording. But this is the whole live, and I'm for real. But no one has said anything. You know what I'm saying? I get people waiting on it, but if you don't say anything, I'm going to end it. So I'm gonna give people like 2 minutes to start having a conversation about the TV show. And if y'all don't want to talk about the TV show, we can all go to bed. I was late. I was 2 minutes late. Okay, 11:10 and 11:12 is not no difference. I still need y'all to be like, hey, I watched it. This is what I thought. Y'all know how I am. And I'm always late. Y'all know that. But no, I didn't start watching it until at 11:11 is when it stopped for me because I was doing other stuff. But I mean, I think I'm just tired. Master P got old money. See, and Trey, you missed it. See, and I was trying to watch it, and then next week is was part 5 of Master P's, and then it's part 1 of Rough Riders. So I don't know how I don't even think I'm gonna do a live next week because it's 2 different shows. But I mean, I feel like episodes 1 and 2 was good. Episodes 3 and 4, to me, it just showed how Master P was doing other things. He was trying to play basketball. He was trying to have the sports thing. He was trying to do the movie stuff. I did find it when AJ Johnson, the guy who played Ezel on Friday, he also was in I Got the Hookup or whatever. When he said that nobody got paid working on Friday, I'm like, Ice Cube didn't pay nobody for Friday. That was weird. He said that Master P made sure to pay people on I Got the Hookup. I didn't know that. That was really weird to me. I feel like, why would you not pay? Because Friday is it became a huge movie. Why would people get paid? So that part was weird. It was just, I also felt like it was all over the place because then they kept speaking on C Murder a little bit, but not too much and a little bit. And they went from like talking about Mystical to C Murder. And I'm looking like, I don't get it. I'm like, why have they not addressed? Because where did C Murder go to the prison? I feel like I think that was in the late 2000s. But episode 3 and 4 to me was just all over the place. I just didn't, it hasn't come on there. Oh, it hasn't? I didn't want to ruin for you, Keisha. I mean, I thought it was when they said they didn't pay. I don't know. Because he said it in the current interview, not in the back in the day interview. So I feel like that ain't no joke. But I wonder if he didn't get paid because he wasn't really, an actor like that. And Ezel had like maybe 2 or 3 cents. He should at least got like $1 or 2. Making like a little $5. I don't like a little $500. I haven't watched it yet. First 2 episodes. I haven't had that. Honey, you ain't missing nothing. And I'm pretty sure that BT gonna replay it and replay it and replay it. I am so tired. I think I'm tired from watching this show. I don't know. It's something about it. I said the first 2 episodes, something about it didn't seem right. And I think for these 2 episodes, something about it still don't seem right. It's on again right now. You see, I am tired. I'm tired. I was up late reviewing last night. I was up early to go to work. I came home. I'm tired. And I have 2 shows I should have watched to review, and I can't do them until tomorrow. So it's a whole but. Seems like he's interested in the way he looks and he proceeds and oppose to telling the whole truth. I agree with that. I think P in one way or another will always lie. And I think people have to separate what he did for people, because he did help people. It seems like he was mostly fair, but also I feel like things happen and he don't want to talk about it. And I get no one wants to incriminate their stuff. Like when they had the whole scene, like, oh, he was on the set of whatever, either the Bada Bada movie or the I Got the Cup movie. And he said some Colombians pulled up. I'm looking like, how did the Colombians find you? And like the Colombians wanted a piece of the pie. And, we said no. I'm like, I don't think that's how the conversation went. I don't think the Colombians rolled up on the black folk and the black folks said no. And the Colombians just said, oh, okay, that's fine. I don't think, that's what happened. It's just weird. And that's why I'm looking like, I don't know why they doing the episodes like this. That we're getting 2-hour episodes. It ain't need to be 2 hours. I don't know if BT wants to do like how they did movies when they had those BT events, and they would have like 2 hours, and then like 2 hours. We ain't need that for this. I think these could have easily been 1 hour each over 5 weeks. It's a damn pandemic. Ain't nobody going nowhere. Ain't no point in rushing it. So I think that was kind of dumb. He did a better job with his artist than Diddy. I agree. I feel like Diddy um Master P and Diddy, Master P and Suge Knight all did the same thing in different ways. I think Master P is just the only person who, from the start, seemed like he was trying to help his artists versus anything else. And but at the same time, P was always on the songs too, so I don't know. And even when the artists talked about the marathon of having to churn out these albums and these songs, and how much it was like a rat race, basically, when you just going from one studio to the next consistently, and trying to get an album done in like 10 days. I'm like, that's why some of them albums was kind of shitty, but it had great singles. Nothing was like it was nobody. They was too busy worried about the quantity of what they're putting out, not really the quality of it. Because having all those artists, doing an album with at least 20 songs at the same time, back to back to back to back, is a lot. They brought up how they had put out like 23 albums one year. That's 2 albums a month. That's a lot. That's a whole lot. Um, Sound like a regular job. It really, really do. Overwork you and overpay you. Well, no, overwork you and underpay you is what a real job does half of the time. But I did, like hearing some of the songs, remembering some songs that I forgot about. Um, just something about it seems, off. And I think that's why I'm looking like, you gotta sell for that for nothing. Um, right, throwing spaghetti on the wall and seeing what sticks. And that's what it did. And I think even though um, towards the end, people said how people was acting as if beats by the pound when they left. They weren't the same. I'm looking like, but y'all weren't the same. Truth be told, and even though he came up with 504 Boys, who had some good albums and notes, had some good songs, some good singles. I still feel like when Mia X said like it just wasn't the same no more. Mia X said that, Fiend said that. When Mystical said like I was already gone because things just weren't the same. It's like he had pushed him so much to do so much so quick, and then when things started to shift, like it just kind of went left. And I feel like No Limit never got back to how they were in the beginning. But I think every record label goes through that. I know Bad Boy did at the same time. It did as well. Even what's the people called? Cash Money. They had a point to where they weren't as popular as they used to be. But it's like I feel like watching Mass Arms. Why am I so Lord Jesus? I'm just tired. I want a nap. Like I want to talk, but I also want to nap myself. But like my mind keeps saying nap, nap, nap. But I feel like Master P, yes, Young Money. I feel like Master P in every part of the interview was trying to not take responsibility for the fact that he could have maybe misstepped here or there with him trying to do so much. I think, no one is saying that if you have a record label that you're not supposed to want to have other entities to make music. But I feel like if you are the head and the chief of said company, if you don't have somebody else there to help run everything, that's when things will go the wrong way. And even the one artist, not the one artist, the one athlete they signed to the sports center, the Ricky dude, who had that horrible deal, even though, P kept bringing up, it wasn't us that made the deal, that was his decision. The fact that y'all did not advise him that was stupid, to me means y'all, what you're trying to do something new and y'all ain't know what y'all was doing. No Limit Music was gimmicky. The music doesn't age well. Uh, it doesn't. I think, like some of the songs that when it came on, I got real hype. But because, I'm a bit ratchet sometimes in my life. And I like ratchet music sometimes or whatever. So for me, I'll hear certain songs and it be amazing. But I don't think, in 30 years I might be like, put on, what I'm saying, that No Limit song. I don't think I do that at all. But I might be like in 30 years, put on that Sade song or put, what I'm saying? It just depends. And even though the song that Master P had that was amazingly, popular. It was the hooks. It wasn't, his flow of it or whatever. And I think P wasn't a good rapper, but it was gimmicky. That's why Mia X was like, we have to get some real spitters. That's why Mia X had them bring in actual rappers who could actually rap because, let's be true. If Master P and No Limit just had, him, Silk, and C Murder, and then they had Mia X, they wouldn't have lasted that long. Like Mia X was the truth be told, Mia X was the genius behind everything because Mia X was the one asking to bring in other rappers. Mia X was also the one who encouraged him to hire, Beats by the Pound. And even though Master P said I could have went and got any producer, to do whatever, Beats by the Pound, wasn't known back then. It's like they weren't, but at the same time they made your sound. And if you could have got any producer, y'all would have been popping before Beats by the Pound got there, or y'all would have stayed popping after Beats by the Pound left, and that didn't happen. So any producer don't really work. Like even for Rough Riders, you know what I'm saying? The Swiss beats is what made it. With Death Row, the Dr. Dre beats is what made it. Each company or label had producers that had a sound and that built that brand. I'm like, I feel like Matthew's almost it's like making it seem as if Beats by the Pound didn't um, help them. Because again, after the fact, the music wasn't the same anymore. And I just want Pete to admit that. I want Pete to admit that. But I don't think he ever will. Ever. So I'm wondering what part 5 would be. I almost feel like did we need this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I always feel like when they had these documentaries, you just hope that the artist or whoever it is, can be more genuinely open with what could have went wrong. But like, I feel like you ain't no way that you can sit there and say, all that stuff that happened and all the things you went through. Not one time has P said that he made any misstep. He always made it seem as if, well, if that didn't work out, this wasn't supposed to. It's like, no, nigga, you may have missteps here or there. If I don't like that. I feel like every person can admit, yeah, I shouldn't have did that. I learned from that, and then I did this. You know what I'm saying? Now what happens? And it doesn't even mean that he did like this. I love how he helped Snoop become, you know what I'm saying, financially stable and helped Snoop get into a better place. I help like how he, paid the stuff off of Mystical and got Mystical in a better place. I like how what he did for his artists. I like what he said that they for each of his artists, he bought them a house, put it in their name, put it in their name. You know what I'm saying? That was great as well. And then how he brought up when the artists wanted to leave, he let them leave, tore up their contracts and never asked, or never said like y'all owe me this or that. I think that's amazing. But separate from that, there were still missteps that could have possibly been into place that would have prevented so many artists from leaving. So that's why I think the only person who left for reasons that I think made complete sense was Mia X because she had so many family members pass away. Her mom being passed away. I believe she's fought breast cancer a couple of times over the years. So she left the label to go home and like be a parent to her kids and be, a parent type person to her siblings. So I think, I'm saying, she left for a good reason. He knows so much, but No Limit is the mainstream. It isn't. It isn't. No Limit, is definitely, a popular brand. And within the Black community, for the most part, a lot of us know who they are, but they could have been bigger. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my thing. Um, they were all they all were working too hard without breaks. That was the problem. Yeah, you can't do that. Like because you get my eye was I hope I can't hear my eye like squeaking, but I'm sorry, y'all. People get tired and they get worn out, and then you have content that just isn't good. And just seeing them like, yeah, we go from one studio to that studio, and then from that studio to the other studio, and we have all the artists on each other's records or whatever, and we're always just because I don't care how talented somebody is, you can't write and record and put out an album with 20 songs in 10 days. You just can't. You know what I'm saying? Mainstream is ran by certain kind of people. I get what you mean, but I feel like No Limit won't be talked about in the same aspects as Motown would. And if you think about it in a way, Master P ran No Limit like Motown, where you is from that location, you have people, artists from from that city as well, and y'all all work together to be, on one label, so it's great. But people to this day will still bring up Motown. People to this day bring up this old school stuff because you remember it because it's timeless. No Limit, I don't see No Limit being that. And I think it's because the time when they were popular, one, it was that much social media, so they probably couldn't get as much attention. But I think they could have been more mainstream had they known a better way to stay popping for longer. And I feel like because Master P can't accept he may have had done some missteps just on the business side of it, you know what I'm saying? That could have maybe made them last longer. That can be a reason why they won't be a forever, forever, ever label who people will always talk about, the amazingness of it. I understand that Master P wanted to build something and make his own brand, but he had too much shit going on at once. Some Tyler Perry shit, pumping out 20 songs in 2 weeks. Um, yeah, the bottom movie was very low budget. He brought up how they spent maybe like 200 grand on that movie. I mean, I remember watching it and thought it was amazing, but that was, back then. Looking at it now, it was when they said we had real crackhead things smoking real crack. I said, y'all, ain't that illegal? I was just so confused when he said that. He said, well, we had real things smoking real crack. I was like, so when you was in the tub doing coke, you was doing real coke. It was just like, come on now, what's going on? I was just so confused. Like we want to have everybody from the hood in the movie. I get that, but you had to who bought the real crack for the real crackheads? And who records crackheads smoking crack for a movie? Girl, I just could not. And I always wonder with certain movies, like, was they really smoking crack? Or was they really smoking weed? I know some movies really do have you smoking weed. But I'm like, crack? I don't know. No, it wasn't Master P who said that. It was Boz, who was also, and I didn't recognize Boz. It took me, I did not know that was Boz. I was like, okay, he's gotten older. Like for the most part, Master P still looks the same. Silk still looks the same. You know what I mean? A lot of the rappers, the people still look, Mystical still looks the same, whatever. Boz, to me, I'm looking like he aged. But Boz was the one who said like on they wanted the movie to be authentic. P would never say he had people smoking crack because he wanted nobody thinking that. Um, but I don't know. I don't know what real crack smoking looks like versus fake crack smoking. So I can't guesstimate if the if the crack smoke was real or not. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Um, Mystical looks better now. Yeah, Look, I didn't want to say that because Mystical has had some issues, over the years and some offenses that he's had, with women that I don't want to condone at all. But Mystical looks good. Okay. He looks good. And I was like, hey, Mystical. But yeah, he's grown up. He looks like a grown man who has taken care of himself, despite the accusations that he had over stuff that I don't know if it's actual or factual. That's for the courts to figure out. Who was hiring the characters to play them? Because dude don't look like us. Man, show out, girl. Look, when they showed Snoop sitting backstage talking to the death row dudes, I'm looking like they couldn't find a regular skinny dude with long hair. You know what I mean? Regular skinny dudes with long hair. I'm like, why did y'all get somebody with a wig? It was just so weird. And then whoever the guy was who was playing Mystical at the conference table scene, with him and I'm like, that's a bad braided wig. What is wrong? What is wrong? I'm like, I just can't even figure it out. And I didn't want to be petty and talk about the man weak, but I'm looking like, well, I really if I get on my bed, taking a picture of it. But I was like, what is that? No. Master P did seem a little hurt. Um, I think Master P having to discuss the demise of No Limit got him in his feelings, and I feel like he just didn't want to, because he kept saying, I don't want nobody around me who don't want to be around me. It's the difference between somebody not wanting to be around you versus you not even around enough to handle the business so that we can get paid for the work we're doing. If you off somewhere playing basketball in Toronto, okay, but we need you to, sign a deal or sign whatever so we can do a tour, but we waiting on you in Toronto. We're gonna leave because we keep waiting for you and you in Toronto playing basketball, you know. So that's what I, got from it. It's BT's low budget. What do you expect? Master P don't look shit like Master P. Um, I think he do. I think he's just older. He took them gold teeth out his mouth. He's always in some sunglasses and like a hat or whatever. It's just weird. He dismisses his real feelings about it, like Romeo did on Growing Up Hip Hop. And I kept laughing because every time they kept saying Romeo, they kept on saying Romeo Miller, Percy's son, not No Limit Soldier, not artist, Percy's son. I'm like, it is what it is. I'm just like, it's just weird. I didn't like they really talked too much about Cain and Abel. I don't. Are they alive? I don't remember. Like Meg said, time no wait for nobody. I'm talking about the kid. Okay, I just found out that Carly Red and Mystical did a movie together, and it was trash. I mean, I don't see Mystical as an actor. I don't see Carly Red as an actress at all. Even though I don't mind her on the Saints and Sinners thing, but I don't think that would go to, be too good anyway. Didn't talk too much about them a bit. They didn't. They kept saying names, and that was really it. I wonder if they were doing that because they wouldn't be there to speak on themselves. But Beast by the Pond wasn't there either, so I guess I don't know. I miss Master P wearing that on that gold flash thing up. When Master P was on MTV Cribs and he had this is my gold chandelier, and gold light fixtures, and gold, sink fixtures, and the gold tub, and the gold dome, and the gold refrigerator. It was just like, okay, we get it. You got a lot of gold or whatever. But we don't really have time for that. It's just weird to have all that gold in one house. Will you be watching the Rough Riders Chronicles? Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna review because it's gonna be 1 hour of No Limit and then 1 hour of Rough Riders. I may have to go live with them both at the same time because I refuse to sit down and do an active review of this shit. Okay, the most I'll do for certain things is a live after it goes out. I just hate that I don't get why they want to put it on at 8 and have it be from 8 to 9 and 9 to 10, but they had to sit on. I'm like, niggas got jobs. I have to go to work in the morning. Okay. But yes, I'll be watching it. So next Wednesday, I'll be live again at 11:10. And let's hope I'm not as sleepy then as I am now. One of them is in jail. I'm gonna have to Google them and see what they had because they were so cute. Um, Need to talk about Mercedes. I miss who was Mercedes? I don't know who Mercedes is. So I'm gonna say no, they did not talk about Mercedes. Hot Boys was a good movie. I got it on DVD. I don't think both came. Somebody told me one of the. I heard two things. I heard one people told me, "Oh no, Katie Nate was in jail." I heard somebody else say, "Oh no, one is dead and one is maybe a producer or director or something." I don't know. So I don't know. I'm gonna Google it myself because they can be anywhere in the world. Um, but yeah. So was the government green? Oh, they did. Yes. But I think I didn't really remember her, so I wasn't paying that much attention. Um, C. Murder should did it. He should have done the interview from jail. That would have been. I don't think he has like access like that or whatever. Because I know on Growing Up Hip Hop, they kept saying when he was in there, he didn't even want to eat. He was like on a hunger strike because he wanted to be free. So I think that could have been, just something different or whatever. I still feel like the story is really being told from Master P's perspective. And when they would have other people's perspective, he would then kind of say, "Well, that's not true." And that part is just weird to me. But I guess he has to let it be gonna be. I heard C. Murder was innocent. I've heard C. Murder has been innocent for years since he first got arrested. I heard a couple years ago he was supposed to be getting out, but he ain't out. So I mean, I guess it is. But I mean, you call yourself C. Murder. We got to learn to stop speaking stuff into existence. We can't do that. Master P movie Lockdown was good, but very sad film. Master P, look, I think Master B, see, I'm going to bed after this, as I say this. Master P has contributed amazingly to the Black culture as far as what No Limit did, because I don't want anybody to forget or even try to, dictate the fact that Master P and No Limit was the shit when they were out. Once the song Body Body, once that song came out and it hit, and from there it took off, it was amazing. It was like you would get hype seeing them perform in fatigues and tanks. I'm saying I remember being like, you would get hype with, like, you thought it was No Limit. So I'm saying it was like it was really a thing. So I do feel like I would never want to discredit the amazingness that he did. I love the Bada Bada movie. I got to look up. It was ghetto and low budget, but back then that was like the thing. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a big thing or whatever. But they brought up how he sold 75 million copies, of albums or whatever as an independent label. So P will forever be rich. Let's make that clear. However, I also feel like he is such, I'm a general, that he didn't realize some of the things he did is the reason that the label didn't go as far as it could have went. Because, for instance, Bad Boy. Bad Boy maybe not be putting out as much music as they did, back in the day when Puffy and all that was, it was them. But they are still around to where you think about it. No one thinks about No Limit right now. Like, no one's waiting on, a Masterpiece song, a Romeo song. No one's waiting for that. But I feel like if Puffy had a Bad Boy tour and had the artist doing it, we would try to see what it is. We would, but I'm like, would I be here for No Limit, reunion tour? Probably not. Probably not. It's just, it is what it is. That's an author already. Him and Monica needs to get back together. Not him and Monica. See Murder, Love Murder. What's up with all these murders? Something, and it don't need to be. Bada Bada was that song night. It was a shit. It was like, it's not even like people can't act like the Master P was on Cribs showing off gold plated everything for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And we loved it. But I mean, I may go on Title and make me a No Limit playlist with all their best songs. But that's gonna be it. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed. So I hope everybody had a great night. I want to wish peace, love, and prosperity, and health and healing, and all of that stuff over anybody watching this right now. We're watching later. And yeah, we need some peace and some goodness. I'll come back live again next Wednesday at 11:10 for the next one. Yeah, that's all I got, y'all. So, peace, love, and all of that. And remember to relax and to relate and to release and good night. Now, where's the damn end button? Where I can never find the end button every time. And it'd be awkward to not find it because I'm always on damn live. Okay, I found it. I'm leaving for real this time. Peace.